Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to bring you a quick roster review video here. Um, let's actually go to achievements. As you can see, it says I've logged in for 780 days now. I claim that that'll actually be 781. Yeah, because that ticked over yesterday, but I didn't have time to do a video yesterday. So I'll just claim this as well, 17,000 battles in arena. So I just wanted to go through my roster really and show you in 780 days what my roster looks like. So as you can see, I've almost spent 580,000 arena credits. I've done 17,000 blitz matches, 23 mystic characters, ranked up 500, ranked up characters 575 times, player level 75, 26 skill characters. As we said, I've logged onto the game 781 times, and I don't believe I've missed a day. I believe I joined a week after global launch, so that was cool. I've collected 33 tech characters. I have completed just over 5,000 battles in the arena. 36 bio characters, 17 mutant characters, and I've done Dark Dimension 2 6 times to get the second avatar background thing. I don't know if I want to do the third. I'm not sure if I like it. So we're just going to run over some stats a little bit more. My total collection power is 6.5 million. My strongest team power is 474,000. One PB 5 times. Collected 132 characters. So I believe that's every character that's available at the moment except for Cull Obsidian. I don't have him yet, but I should have him after the splits. Speaking of which, after this video I need to get on and do my morning rotation. I have 107 characters at max yellow star. All-time arena rank is 1, and at the moment I'm on 11, but I don't mind because I'll use my fights to get me back up and get some points for the power core milestone at the moment. My latest blitz rank was pretty low, 43,000. I can't remember what character it was. We'll check that out. But it was for Psylocke, and I have. Oh, I need to plug my phone in. And I have Psylocke at 7-star. I've had her at 7-star for a while. I actually managed to get her at 7-star in her first blitz, which is cool. And then, as you can see, I've done 17,000 blitz wins. Click on leaderboard here. Let's see. As you can see, my collection power, I'm 4,906. Strongest alliance. I'm lucky to be in a top 26 alliance. And I know, looking at my numbers, you'd think my collection power and strongest team power, especially strongest team power, 12,738. I know you think they're a bit low for me to be in this alliance, but I'm a grafter. I do all my arena fights up until 50, so that gives me some good points. I don't blitz too hard, except for, I don't know what we went in there. I think we went into the alliance donation thing. Yep. It's not what I wanted to do. If we go on to events, I don't think I'll be the top because we have some pretty big dogs going hard on blitz. But if we go here, where am I? 6th. Now, as you can see, yeah, these guys go really hard on blitz. So from my dailies, I am doing a lot. This is where I'm at with the power core up milestones. Now, when the other blitzes were on, I pretty much did milestones on the first day and then just did 2 fights on the other days just to get my achievements. But now Colour Obsidian's there, Colour Obsidian's here, should I say. Now I'm blitzing hard, so I should get the rest. I did have well over 4,000 power cores saved up. I spent them to get Yo-Yo up. As you can see, Yo-Yo's 5-star now. So we'll just quickly go through my roster. I've got my Hela at gear tier 14. She's in Dark Dimension 3. My Mystique, I pulled 6 red star on her. So I got her up to 68 and gear tier 12. She works really well with Mr. Sinister, and I know he's one of the most popular characters in the game. I love playing with him. So I got her up that far. I wanted to get her up a little higher, but I think she's going to stay there for a while. Tier 4s, all tier 4s on Hela. And then all tier 4s except for her ultimate. I might do her ultimate as well. Thankfully, we've got some T4s in because I spent them all. So I might do her tier 4. I'm not sure. Symbiote Spider-Man, all tier 4s. He's going into Dark Dimension 3 on the City Node. I've got... do I need? I've just upgraded one of his pieces, so I'm out of unique pieces again. So this is going to be a long grind, but I'm chipping away at it, so hopefully by the time I get to the City Node, we'll have him up and running. My Colossus I'm farming him daily as well as Hela, and he's slowly on his way to becoming 7-star. I've got 4 red star on him, gear tier 13, and all of his T4s except for his special, which only adds an extra counter, which is not worth it. Yo-Yo, I'm lucky to have her at 5-star, gear tier 13, level 71. T4s only on her basic and passive. That's all you need, really. And yeah, she's invaluable in Ultima 7. Elsa Bloodstone, thankfully she's farmable. She's gear tier 11. Yeah, gear tier 11, no tier 4s. Level 60. I'm going to speed this up a bit because it's going to take a while. Starting to work on my Black Order. Karnak and Crystal needs some love. Black Bolt the Beast. Everything tier 4'd on him as max as I could. Same with Captain Marvel. I was going to get her to tier 14, but instead I'm focusing on city characters now. Phoenix, everything maxed. Vision, you only need his basic, but I did his passive as well, just for the extra dodge because he's so high. Be a bit more annoying, especially when the AI use him. Wolverine, I chucked a couple of T4s onto him once the X-Men rolled around and it became good. My Storm is pretty nice with 5 red stars. Sinister 4 red stars. Tier 14, so as you can see, Black Bolt, Phoenix and Mr. Sinister are the ones I took in there as well. Worked out pretty well. Loki I want to bring up to tier 14 for Cosmic. Also for PvP, because I think he's the MVP in PvP. Him and Shuri, fantastic in PvP. He's got his 2 middle abilities tier 4'd. I am waiting off on getting any more putting any more orange gear on him to take him up, because although I've got enough mini uniques, well, they're the ones I'm struggling a bit on. Let's go back this side. No, not that side. Here, I'm running a little bit low on these, so I'm being wary. Also, I'm running low on these and the health ones, but that's just my daily farm now because I don't need to farm characters as much. I only need to farm Hela, Colossus, Elsa and Karnak. That leaves me with all the other energy to farm gear, which is cool. Mr. Sinister, I've also T4'd all his abilities just Obviously, anyone I took into Dark Dimension, I wanted them to be as strong as they could be, and I think that these characters, Hela, Black Bolt, Phoenix, and Mr. Sinister, I also did Ultron. I think they're the best characters in the game, so you can't go wrong, really. Star-Lord, unfortunately, he dropped off a little bit, but I still use him occasionally on the raids. Minerva, she's another one I want to take up to Gear Tier 14 to go into the Cosmic section. Don't know if she'll be ready in time because I haven't had any of these appear in the store, appear in orbs, anything for so long. I only need 2 of them to get one of these up, and as you can see, I've got plenty of these. So yeah, that should be enough to get ahead to the next one. I just need 17 more of these, and Minerva's up. My Psylocke's pretty good. Scientist Supreme is invaluable. Psylocke, I only did a T4 on her ultimate, just to remove all negative effects. But when they've got about 4 or possibly 5, it removes them all. But when they've got like a massive stack, like when there's like 13 negative effects on the thing, there's like a cap. She only removes like 10, which is a bit annoying. Scientist Supreme, obviously you need her tier 4 on her special for Ultima 7s to flip 4 negative effects. Jessica Jones, I took her into Dark Dimension 2. Invisible Woman, I used to use her in my arena. She's a really good character. Falcon is there. He's a really good character as well for power armor. Thought I was going to take up to Gear Tier 14, but he's staying at Gear Tier 13 now. America Chavez, 6 red stars. No Tier 4s on her yet. I think this one's worth it. I'm not sure what else that looks like it's worth it. So she will be one that I might be working on later on. My Thanos is sitting there with 4 red stars, level 70. T4 only in his passive for now. That may change when I get him empowered with the full Black Order. My Punisher is here. Now all of my defenders, I chucked some tier 4s into them back then. My Punisher had low red stars, so I brought him up to Gear Tier 13. Recently, one of my last few videos, I managed to pull 4th red star on him, so defenders are okay. I am actually going to go this way instead. So here's my aim team. The aim isn't that high except for Scientist Supreme. Only T4 in Scientist Supreme. I need to work up Graviton a little bit though. Let's see. Here's my Asgardians. Heimdall and Sif are only Gear Tier 12. As you can see, nice red stars on them all. Thor with 5, everyone else with 4, and T4's only in Hela and Loki, as you saw before. I'm not sure what to put. Oh no, sorry. I've also got it in Heimdall's passive. Not sure if they need any more. Avengers. We talked about Vision. There's my Nick Fury, he's pretty standard. Iron Man. Captain Marvel I took into Dark Dimension 2. Can't wait for the Black Widow rework, that would be cool. Everyone else, as you can see, Coulson's there and stuff, but everyone else is dropped off, unfortunately, a little bit. Now, we do have Black Order. I don't have many members. I have them 2 with a good 5 red star and proximate. Initially, I pulled her at 4, and then randomly I pulled her at 5, which is nice. Corvus Blade I pulled at 4. Call Obsidian I pulled at 5 on the 3rd orb. So I'm hoping to get Ebony more good stars, and then that would mean all my Black Order are minimum 4 red stars, which would be really nice. Let's see who's next. Brotherhood, I've just recently worked on my Brotherhood. They were actually one of my lower teams. They were about, I would say 200k, 240, something like that. And now they're up to about 270. So I just recently worked on them, got them all to minimum gear tier 10. And I'm slowly working on Blob and Toad. I wanted to leave them and ignore them, but against that new Merc team, they are a must. Right, what's next? City is too broad. Defenders. I showed you my Punisher. He was gear tier 13, and as you can see, 4 red stars on everyone. JJ, because I took her into Dark Dimension 2, I did a lot of her T4s, and they worked out pretty well, and they still are. Iron Fist, obviously his passive for the healing. That's a good power, 100% extra damage is good, but I don't think defenders are worth it. This is what I want to check. 3,000. It's only really worth it when this has a percentage on it. So as you can see, basic and passive. Just basic. His passive is actually alright with the speed, but by the time I figured that out, they weren't worth investing in, and no tier 4s in Luke Cage. I mean, they're still alright, but not as good. Right, Fantastic Four. This is what they look like. Only T4s in Sue, because I was using her in Ultima 7. I want to put some tier 4s into Human Torch, but not just yet. I'm waiting to see how Black Order do. Right, where are we at now? Guardians, they've dropped off a little bit. I was working on Mantis. I've stopped that project. As you can see, I built them up. Actually, fully tier forward Star-Lord, and I fully tier forward Rocket when they were meta. I chucked the tier 4 into Groot's passive for the annoying slow, but that's all. I do miss this team. It was really good. As I said, I do use them occasionally. And I've got good red stars on my hand. As you can see, I could have a team of 5 stars. So I'm waiting for their rework. Wouldn't mind a few more stars on Hand Century. But yeah, just a blitz team really. I got a 5 red star Nobu the other day. Well, like one of my last 2 videos. So I can't complain with a 5 red star. Now let's see where we're at. Hydra. Crossbones, I used to love him. He's fell off the meta. Winter Soldier, I like. On Blitz, I pair him up with my Mercs, and that offense up hit is insane. Especially I've got 4 red stars, 5 red stars on him. Sorry. As you can see, I've got on the minions 6 red star on Sniper, which is really nice. I actually got it at Christmas time before Hydra got their rework, so I thought Foxnex was trolling me with the worst Christmas present ever. But thankfully it worked out to be alright. 4 on Hydra, Rifle Trooper, Grenade is one you can ignore. Only 3 red star on Armor Guard and 4 red star on Scientist. You only got them up to 58 because that's all they need for their tier 664 abilities. I don't have any tier 4s on Red Skull yet, and I need to get 38 more shards to give him use of that 4th red star. I'm happy with him where he is at the moment. They're pretty hard countered with Inhumans on War, and everyone's got Black Bolt now, so I was going to work them up in War. I think in War there's at 209k, so they take out an Inhumans team. So people normally use a 300k Inhumans team on them. That gets them out of the way. These are my Inhumans. As you can see, I am ready for Ebony Maw with the 5 red star Yo-Yo. Obviously, Crystal's in Arena Store, so she's really easy to farm. You saw my Black Bolt, my Quake, 5 red star, Miss Marvel. Wish I had a few more red stars on her. And Karnak, he's a long way to go until we get some decent stars on him. I'm doing that daily farm, but it's not the best. Right, let's see where we're at. Kree. I never really invested so much into Kree. I did as you can see, my minions down there. I don't know how I managed to get Nick Fury with these at 7-star, but I wanted to invest as minimum as possible. Ronan, he's level 60 for red stars. He's alright. I don't mind Ronan, but he's not the best character. Korath, 5 red stars on him. Ultimus, there's a few interesting teams out there for Ultimus, so I am going to start working on him. I did have 2,000 ABCs at one point. Unfortunately, I used them to level up a lot of characters recently, so I'm on the save again until I build them up, and then I can pick and choose who I want to build up. Minerva, we talked about. Captain Marvel, Beast, fully T4'd, want to gear tier 13 her. Probably do that after I finish Dark Dimension 3 for the first time, and I have loads of loads of gear to share. Marauders, right, let's see them. Sabretooth managed to pull 5 red star on him. That bumps him up a little bit because I wasn't going to work on him much. Strife, as high as I want to take him at the moment. Wish I got more red stars on him. If I got more red stars on him, I'd be tempted to take him higher gear wise. Sinister, we talked about. Max and Mystique, we already talked about. And I keep going back instead of just changing this. Now let's see. Mercenaries. These are mercenaries at the moment. Didn't manage to pull good red stars on Taskmaster. I don't know how many days are left in his event, but I'm not doing so good with his pulls. Probably just get him to 4-star. I've been working a little bit on my Riot Shield Guard, Mercenary Riot Guard, and Mercenary Lieutenant. Got them up some gear tier levels. I still need to get Mercenary Riot Guard up another gear tier level. I chucked a little bit into Bullseye and Killmonger as well. They do alright. But yeah, just looking forward to the X-Force rework or new characters. So Deadpool will finally have a home. What has it been, a year and a half? 2 years maybe? Mutant is too broad. Mystic is power armor. So as you saw my vision, he's 91k, 6 red stars, gear tier 13 to everyone else. I don't have any T4s in these guys at the moment, and they do pretty well. This war, I went against a 515k BKT team, and they were placed weird. It was like Groot. No, they were just placed different. I can't remember exactly how they were placed, but it was into defense down. So they had defense. They had defense up because they were in security or next to security or something. No, it was the med base, so they were next to security. So they had defense up, but I don't know what happened there. I also had defense down, and I managed to walk through them, which was good because if they focus down your Falcon or your Rescue, or really any one of the other members, maybe except for Iron Man, possibly you could do it without Iron Man, but yeah, if one of the characters goes down, it kind of messes everything up. You need them all to do their part. Ravenger, I used to love Nobu. He used to be my favourite character in here. I haven't really worked on the minions, but I want to rework for Nobu so bad. He was so good back in the day. When I first started, he was fantastic. I had him, Kingpin, and Crossbones on Arena. I remember them days. It was good. Shield now. I haven't worked, and at the moment, talking about Shield, we're talking about the Shield team, the Nick Fury and Coulson Shield team. I have the Shield Trooper and Operative, the ones I dropped. I haven't worked as hard as I can go on these 3 minions here: Assault, Medic, and Security. Sorry. Let's talk about tier 4s. Did I put? No, I didn't put any on you. I put 2 on Black Widow. One was back in the day, her passive, when Tier 4s first came out, wanted to get that speed. Recently added the camouflage tech, just because I put her on Alliance War defense, so clearing that one negative turn for all Avenger allies is pretty good. Coulson, all Tier 4s except for his basic, and it's going to be a long time until I get him to 7 red stars, and then just Fury's ultimate. Right, I click back again. What's after Shield? We're almost at the end. Sinister 6 pulled really good red stars on my Rhino, 6 red stars. Also got 180 pull on his offer. I was buying all the offers back then. Haven't really worked well. Vulture and Shocker at tier 10. Haven't really put too much in Mysterio and Green Goblin. I might put some more into them because they might potentially be a counter to the Mercs. It managed to work on PvP yesterday. I went into war. I was fighting 250k. These are 226k or 28k, 228k. And I was punching up to 250k, and I even managed to take down a 200 and just under 270k Merc team yesterday in PvP, doing some tests. Today I went into a 211k Merc team on War, and I got a bit destroyed. I did manage to get them all to minimum health, except for Killmonger, but yeah, the jump between PvP and Alliance War is insane. One game mode that I would love to see on Alliance War is if you could simulate a game mode. So if you want to test out certain characters in raid, you can simulate it as a raid, so you could use their abilities in it. And if you're wanting to test out war teams, you simulate it as a war match, so the opponents have all their buffs. Because if you and your friend want to test what it would be like as close to a war test as you can get it, you can go into PvP. You can try and find the team on Arena, but that's just random. You can go into PvP and arrange it so your first pick you both ban, and then build the team, and then on your last picks you pick the characters that you need to fill the teams. And then if you're testing, for example, if I'm testing this against my friend, I would ask him to put it on auto, and then I would just do my moves, and that way you would be able to tell how it would roughly go. Now, Spider-Verse, we are not going to focus on original Spider-Verse. They're not the greatest. I just run them in a Brawlers team at the moment. Symbiote Spider-Man, we talked about him. I would love to get my Venage and Carnage up for the city nodes, but unfortunately I won't have enough tier 4s, and I'm already struggling on these phosphates. So I'm going to try, but no promises. Right, let's speed this up. Supernatural. I want to work on these guys. I worked on Doctor Strange before. I used to use him in Arena. It was risky, but I used to run him against Fury squads. No tier 4s in these guys. Need a bit of love. Let's see where we're at. Symbiotes, Tech, Villains. Wakanda. The only Wakandan I really worked on is Shuri. As you can see, it's just the ultimate and the passive. Everyone else, Black Panther and Killmonger worked up slightly. Okoye and Baku, I haven't put much into them. For the event, I might be generous, bring them up to 60, get the rest of their abilities, and just see how high we can go, because we've got them all 7 red star. I've just recently got Killmonger, probably this week, up to 7 red star from the farm gear store farm. Right, I don't think we have much left. We have X-Force. They're there, nothing special. And the creme de la creme, my X-Men. Believe they all have tier 4s in them. Yep, Cyclops. When I get more red stars on him, when I get more stars and red stars on him, I'll do his basic as well. Colossus, we said. Phoenix, everything. Showed you Wolverine. It's just because the power jump on this and the power jump on this 100k, it was over 100k. I mean, look at that. If Colossus is now like 800k piercing damage, I don't know if it's the highest in the game, but to me right now it seems like 800k is the highest. Black Bolt has 600, Korath has 540 if you put tier 4s into his ultimate. So I think this is the highest, that's why I did it. Showed you my Psylocke, it was just her ultimate. And Storm, obviously I put her passive to get all the assists. And recently, probably last month, I did her basic just to up the charges from 15 to 20. So that's them. I am just going to show you Blitz. We're getting our asses kicked. We're against Wakanda, so we're really getting our asses kicked. Even though I am top on attacks, yeah, not so good. Right, I did have more teams, but recently I've been cutting out my duplicate teams. For instance, I have this Kree team right at the bottom, but then as you can see, the other minions aren't there. So what I would do is I'd select this team. Well, first I would pick up my stragglers, all of these at the bottom, and use them. Then I'd pick this team, take out these characters, and plonk in the characters I want to use. So it's these. This is one team I use after I use these stragglers at the bottom for the first couple fights. So I'd use this team, and it saves you instead of picking them all one by one. You've got a half save team. Then I do the same for hand. I take out Elektra and Nobu, and I put in these two. As you can see, it was 130-ish before, then 150. Then I use this Kree team, 160. And then I work my way up. Because of my 5 red star, that put hand on top of Hydra, which I didn't really want, but oh well, it's points at the end of the day. Supernatural, I want to be way higher. As you can see, I run aim twice. I just use the minions. I don't know if I should drop them out and just use them on like the single squad, what are they called, loner squads. So just use them to do tier 1. Mercs are getting there, Wakandans. These are my don't have a home characters that I've worked on squads. Sinister 6. Then this team is just for fun. Night Nurse doesn't have a home, so I've put her in here. I put Ultron in there, so this team wins. Proxima and Cull. Is it Cull Obsidian? I forgot his name. I forgot his name. What is his name? I think it's Cull Obsidian. And now I can't find him. Corvus Glaive, or however you say it. I need to work on them, but this is going to be the Black Order team. I know the video has gone on for a while now. Let's see. So that's going to be Black Order. And this is the way I go. I start from the bottom and work my way up. Then I have AIM. Then I have Spider-Verse. Symbiote Spider-Verse. Then I run 2 shield teams. one with the dropout minions, then the second one, Brotherhood, Inhumans. I only run Inhumans here because Yo-Yo isn't on another team, so this is to run Yo-Yo because Karnak and Crystal are in the single squads. Here's my... When I mean single squads, I mean when I start Blitz, I literally just go like this, and then I take the next 5. So they're in there, unfortunately. Where are we at? Fantastic Four. I want to work on them a little bit more. Want to get them to 300k, but I think Black Order will be a bit more of a priority than them. This is my Brawlers team that I use now. There are duplicates. They are in here, but I don't mind paying the credits. A lot of the time I max the credits, and it's if I claim the daily refresh, it's just 9k gold, so I'd rather use it on this to get my score up. This was my Ultron team. This will change when Black Order comes out. Thanos will be off this team, so I'll need another member. I'll probably just stick Night Nurse in here because she doesn't have a home. This team should win with Ultron. Defenders are there. This is one of my favourite teams, this Asgardian symbiote hybrid. You have Loki go first, put a defense down, and I try and find the strongest characters to do that, because then I follow up by Carnage's Blade, then I spread it all with Hela. Then if Thor doesn't take them out with his special, Venom spreads it as well, that's game over. It's just picking them off. This is my Blitz Marauder team. I don't run Magneto on War Defense because I need him for Brotherhood 2.0 to take out the mercs. But this team is so fun. I would say it's about a 90% win rate, this Marauder team. It's so much fun. Then you have my X-Men here, 350k. Power Armor, 350 as well. This is the BKT team that I've run on Blitz. I used to run this team back in the day as well. I just love this team. I love that vision. Gives them defense up, gives them a little bit more sustain. As you can see, I run vision twice. I don't mind. Then this is the first X-Men team, so I get to use Cyclops. This was my Avengers team, but now it's my Captain Marvel team. As you can see, I rerun Black Bolt and Quake in there. I did have Night Nurse in there. It wasn't a good win rate with her, so this just pulls the win rate up. I think they're like a 95% win rate. I'm already at KTA 4.3 by the time I get up to this team, so it is the hardest team I can face. And then my good old X-Men up here with some really nice red stars on them, and they just blitz everything. I think I've only lost once with them in blitz, but yeah, they are my shining star. And at the very top you can see my Ultimus 7 team. Now the other raids, the Ultimus not the Ultimus, the Gamma raids, the Greek raids or whatever, I'm on different nodes. There's different traits all the time, so I just go with whatever. At the moment, I just try to put Thanos in the middle and either Captain Marvel and Black Bolt next to them, and then probably Shuri or Minerva on one side and Scientist Supreme on the other. Or if I can't use Black Bolt and Captain Marvel, I'll go with Loki and Hela, and then the same two on the outside. And that's just the funnest way for me to get through these nodes. Super easy, all the energy going out, so plenty of cooldowns. So yeah, that's pretty much my roster review. What do I have in here? I'll claim that. yeah, I need to get on and do this. I'm aiming for top 1 to 2%. So that's double the score. So I really need to start pushing it. But we'll end with a arena match. Now, I could go for number 7, but I think it will be a little bit more value if I go against number 8 and I show you how I deal with this team, because this is the team that pretty much everyone is using right at the top of my arena. He's only 430, where the others go up to 500. We might be able to see them after this fight, but this is the team I use. Loki to take out the yo-yo, Black Bolt for the damage, Mr. Sinister to clone their Phoenix, Captain Marvel for when Loki does his special. Captain Marvel finishes off Yo-Yo, and then she just does a bit more damage, and Phoenix obviously for everything else. She's just a beast. Right, I know this video has gone on super long. It is kind of like a milestone video. Can I go first? No, they're going to go first. They go into my Black Bolt, which is fine because he's a tank. We won't get the defense down, but there's some good damage on her. I don't want to use the ultimate because it seems like a waste, but she could dodge it, and if she dodges it, that will be annoying. Might just go for Hela and hope that the explosion, yeah, there we go, gets her off. Right, and we'll do this because there is no Sinister on their team. Now what I love is when this happens, when they kill Phoenix, Hela automatically has to res or bring back another Greg. So if Black Bolt's next to her, I always do the basic so I can uncover Black Bolt and focus him down. So let's get this so we can hide everyone. Let's take out Black Bolt. Nice big hit there. Hide my Phoenix. That's fine. You want to give me another Phoenix? Dark Phoenix, should I say? So there we got rid of Loki. Now their Dark Phoenix is up. I will steal health from her just because it's the biggest thing I can do with my clone. Let's hide everyone just for the crack. Okay, ultimate. Some good damage there, and basically should take her out. Yeah. So as you can see, that wasn't a sweat at all. Gets me to 8. Now can we see? So Commander Blade is still using his Ultron. Starwinger has an Ultron in there as well. And as you can see, Mighty Inferno, that's what all the teams look like. So Endgame, he's a little bit lower. I can take him. But then the rest of them look like this, if not higher. Number 4, should I say spot number 4. And they are quite tricky. So, that's all for now. That was my roster review of 780 days. Just over 2 years of playing the game. Just over 2 years. 6. Yeah, just over 2 years of playing the game. And you can see I did spend money on this game. I did spend quite a bit of money before, but yeah, that's stopping. So I know this was a longer video. I hope you watch it while you're blitzing for Corvus Blade. No, Cull Obsidian. No, it is. Yeah, it is Cull Obsidian. Just have it in the background. That's what I do. Yeah, I got some. I did start spending my orbs. I'm saving them up again. I'm going to be testing some seed theory and waiting until Ebony Maw is out to open all of these. That will be my next video. So I hope that you enjoyed it. As always, stay safe. Peace out.